Happy old school April! Hey my fellow ink drinkers, welcome to Dark Violet Dreams, where I share my love of books, movies, and other deliciously dark delights. It is old school April, and this is vlog 1. I am going to do weekly vlogs throughout the month, so if you're interested in seeing what I've been reading, watching, eating, and doing, join me. So I'm not like super old school in my attire today. I mean, old lady-ish maybe with my cardigan and whatnot, my glasses. But I've got a scrunchie that one of my kids crocheted me. And I've got lipstick on that is called 1999. So we're doing something right, I guess. But I wanted to hop on here before the old school April kickoff sprints begin shortly, just to kind of check in. So today I woke up, made myself a caramel coffee, and sat down with Horns. I've only read the first few pages because, of course, you know, the kids start trickling down after I get up and get all settled. But my daughter made a cute little bookmark to go along with her old school April reads. We are starting with Babysitter's Little Sister, book number 1, Karen's Witch, I believe it's what it's called. And so we've read the first chapter and we're going to read some more later. We did some of our school, and I've listened to a handful of songs, watched some old school April videos here on YouTube, and also went through and shared quite a few old school April posts on Instagram, and then of course made my own. So we've got a lot done today, or it feels like it for me. So I've been having a lot of fun. It's been a relaxing day, and I hope to kind of keep that vibe going throughout the month. I mean, lots of fun, but in a very relaxed, easygoing way. I'm just taking some time to myself during these sprints to read some more of Horns, and that's it. Need more coffee. I've already had so much fun reconnecting with old friends and connecting with new ones in this community over this magical time we call old school April. So, yay, nostalgia. Welcome to check-in. Well, I guess it'd be check-in number 1. Check-in number 2. How do we consider this? Like, I did the intro, I was kind of checking in there. Check-in number 2. It's April 2nd, Wednesday, and I accomplished some things. Last night I did all of my music listening. I listened to way more than 12 songs, so I chose 12 to include as my official entries for the listening to music prompt. I filled those in, and I have also watched a nostalgia themed ambience, which was an 80s game room themed ambience, which is a lot of fun. If you haven't checked that out, definitely do so. It's on one of my favorite ambience channels, which is Autumn Cozy. Absolutely love it. Discovered that through Kelsi at Slime and Slashers, I think last year, and I was like, yes, please. And so I've been enjoying her channel ever since. And there was another channel, TERAVIBE. Love that channel. It is so dreamy. I've watched quite a few OSA vlogs and videos. I didn't fill those all out last night. I don't know what was the deal was. And I've watched some today. And then, of course, I attended the sprint yesterday and will attend a sprint tonight. I did not participate in today's 6th at April. It was holographic, I think, and I don't have anything other than CDs, and I feel like it's cheating because I used CDs last year, like the backs of CDs, you know. So I'm kind of skipping over that. I had a book review to share anyway, or a book recommendation to share, and so I shared that. I shared my Anomaly review because I loved it so much. I had to give it space on my Instagram wall, my grid, whatever you call it. So I have been reading Horns and enjoying that. It's probably going to take me a while because I get interrupted a lot, but I have prime opportunity to read a good chunk later because there are sprints going on. I also started White Fang with Wesson, my 10-year-old, and that has already offered lots of opportunities to talk about some important things. I know that there are different age ranges. People have different opinions on the age ranges. I'm not reading it to Shelby. I think Wesson can handle it, and obviously we're reading it together. So there's the safety in that. There's the opportunity for discussion. I know what he's taking in, and he knows that he can ask me a question at any time about anything that we read. If he's ever uncomfortable or anything like that, he can ask me to stop. I'll just finish it myself. But so far he seems pretty interested. And I mean, there's a lot about the fierceness of nature. It's something that we need to learn growing up, right? So we're just carefully treading through White Fang. Shelby and I have been reading Karen's Witch, which has been a lot of fun. We are a few chapters in. We should finish that today or tomorrow, I'm assuming, unless something cramps our style. But that has been a lot of fun. It feels really nostalgic to me, even though I did not read that series as a kid. I read The Babysitter's Club, and Christy is one of the characters in this book. She is the older sister to Karen, older stepsister to Karen, and so it feels so familiar and feels fun and new at the same time. In light of Val Kilmer's passing, I think we're going to try to find a Val Kilmer movie to watch. He's one of our favorites, especially mine. He was one of my first crushes as a kid when he played Mad Mardigan in Willow. And we don't currently have Disney Plus, so we're probably not going to watch Willow, but we definitely want to watch something in honor of Val Kilmer. So I thought I'd take this opportunity for those of us who really had a special place in our hearts for Val and his acting and all the amazing roles he played to just kind of sit in silence and appreciate the art that he shared with the world. Welcome to another check-in. It is Thursday, April 3rd. Last night we ended up watching Top Gun. There were a lot of options, but nothing that really stood out to me as far as the Val Kilmer movies go. My favorite is The Doors, hands down. And there's so many. Tombstone. There's so many movies, but all of my favorites were not available. And of course, we've got a big box of DVDs that we've got stored away, but we need a DVD player of some sort for our living room. I'd like to start collecting DVDs again because this happens all the time. We want to watch something and it's not available on any of our streaming services, but we might have it on DVD, or, you know, it's something that we'd want to watch time and again, and it's just easier to have a physical copy of it. But anyway, Top Gun, I hadn't seen that in a long time, so I watched that with my daughter Ella, my teenage daughter, and Wesson was kind of in and out. He's 10, but it was a lot of fun watching it, so I'm glad that we were able to do that. I also watched the 3rd episode of season 1 of Twin Peaks with one of my grown children, and it got really weird, which is exciting. This is one of those shows, if you haven't seen it, where the scenes are very drawn out. There's a lot of quiet in scenes, and a lot of just long, almost like pauses. If you've seen it, you know what I'm saying. So that is something that we discussed while watching it, but I like it. There's something very calming yet unnerving about it. It's like calming because there's not this constant boom, boom, boom action, but it's a little bit unnerving because you're like, what's gonna happen? You get what I'm saying? So we've been having fun with that, and of course Dale was top-notch as usual. Shelby and I finished Babysitter's Little Sister #1, Karen's Witch, and it earned us 13 points. I was shocked when I discovered how many points this earned us. It's so much fun to read a book not knowing how many points we're going to earn and then like calculating them. Oh my gosh, that was fun. I did not expect that. So yay for this book. We've got the yellow cover, which was one of the prompts. It was published in the decade I was born. It was also set in the 80s. It has children as main characters. It was written by a woman. So many things going for this to earn Beetlejuice Bunch some points. So I had a lot of fun calculating those points, had fun reading it. These have cute little illustrations in them. It's falling apart. It is old. I don't know how bad a shape it was in before it came to our house because I'm not even sure how long we've had it, but it's seen better days. And the others in the series that we actually have, I think we have 2 or 3. We have 3 others, I think, are in kind of worse shape. So I feel bad. I want to try to repair them, but maybe I don't. Maybe I'll make it worse. Anyway, Shelby had this last night and she was drawing all of the illustrations on some paper because she loves to draw. So I think it got a little bit more beat up in that process, but we loved it and I'm excited to read another one with her, but not today. I am kind of read out as far as read alouds go. Today I read chapter 2 of White Fang to Wesson. It's going well. We're doing well with it, but it is honestly challenging to read aloud because of the character's dialect, because of, you know, just the writing style. Really love reading it, but it is a challenge to read aloud. So I think I could, you know, kind of speed through the book had I been reading it just with my eyes, not with my voice, but because I'm reading it aloud, it's taking a lot longer than expected. So we are just, you know, meandering our way through that book. I'm also still working on horns, and it'll probably be a while, but I am taking some time now to read a good chunk before we have dinner, and we shall see what we get up to tonight. I'd like to watch another movie. We'll see. We may or may not have pizza, so we may or may not be earning that book it point tonight. I tallied up all of my points and submitted them, the points that I've earned so far. Oh, speaking of points and submitting points, I did use this as the Scooby-Doo prompt for the 6 Sad April over on Instagram because this was a mystery. Is she a witch or isn't she? Could have been stretching it, I don't know, but it is listed as mystery on Goodreads, so yay. Another day, another check-in, and the Friday brain fog is kicking in hardcore. I've tried to record this several times, been interrupted, have completely flubbed over my words. It's been quite the experience trying to update you on all the happenings, but here we are. So some things have changed since last night, and some things have been accomplished, and we're in the midst of things, so I thought I'd do the check-in and then dive right back into some old school April stuff before I make dinner tonight. So firstly, last night after making our pizzas, I watched Jeepers Creepers. Now, this is a movie that came out in, I think it was 2001. I did not watch it till it came out on DVD, I believe, because I do not remember watching it in the theater. But I do remember being terrified after watching it and having nightmares, and it was not a fun time for me. Because back in the day, I put a lot of power into demonic type things, even in fictional movies and books and things like that. So it was not a good time for me then. I liked certain aspects of it, but it was not. I do like Justin Long. I liked the sibling dynamic in the movie. And I love that Mrs. Dabney from Good Luck Charlie was in it. So there was a lot that I had forgotten about the movie because I put so much of my thought into the creeper back in the day. So it was nice to watch it with fresh eyes and to, you know, recover immediately. The only thing that truly scared me in the movie was not scary. It was more run, 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 drive, 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 that kind of thing. So I had a good time with it. It's not like my favorite movie ever. No rating for that movie. I don't know if I will watch the others. I do think I saw the second one at least, but we're gonna move on. Wesson decided to DNF White Fang. I think the language is just a little bit too hard for him to grasp onto when he's listening to me read it and flub over the words and things like that. He found it to be kind of boring because there are some words he doesn't understand in there. So we're just going to set it aside for him for now, and he can maybe try to read it when he's older. I will continue reading it because I was enjoying it. I was not enjoying reading it aloud, though, we'll be honest. Wesson and I started reading Alice's Adventures in Wonderland on my Kindle, and he's enjoying that much more. We started that because we just finished Heidi for school, and that will have nothing to do with Old School April. We just were reading that as part of our curriculum. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland is not part of our curriculum, but we're going to count it as part of our curriculum because I like to kind of veer off the curriculum and do our own thing, create my own, you know, discussions and quizzes and things like that based off of what we're reading if we want to veer off. So we are doing that, and that will definitely count towards Old School April as well. So we read the first chapter of that, and we will continue. It shouldn't take too long to read. I think it's like 90 something pages, so it's not too bad. Shelby and I started the first chapter of one of her babysitter's little sister books. I think it's Karen's Haircut. And so far, I can see a good lesson forming. So I'm excited for that because it is definitely something that I like to instill in my kids, but especially her because she does have facial differences and things like that. So I'm always trying to find those things that speak life and light and positivity into her and allow her to see how beautiful she is inside and out. Still working on Horns. I don't think I read any of Horns today, so maybe I should focus on that. I also started and am about, I'd say, close to halfway through the curveball that Crystal at Fiberartsy put out. There are curveballs that I don't think I mentioned before when talking about Old School April, and these are like weekly assignments, tasks that you can do to earn your team extra points. So I am about halfway through the current curveball, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So thank you to Crystal for being so creative in coming up with this curveball and allowing us to kind of maybe branch out beyond what we typically do without giving anything away, because I don't know when these things are revealed to the general public. I know that the curveballs, you need to go watch the video and then find out what to do. So I'll leave it at that. But I'm having a lot of fun with it, so thank you, Crystal. Veering off of the old school April talk, I received some happy mail today, some book mail, and I wanted to share it with you because I'm so excited. This is a book that I wanted to read either this summer or shortly before, and now I can do that because I have a copy. Thanks so much to the author for sending me this copy. I am so excited. Sun and Gemini and Other Dark Summer Stories by Robert Weaver. Look at how beautiful, I'm sorry there's a glare. Look at how beautiful that cover is. I love it. So excited to read this. Welcome to the final check-in for week 1. Apologies for the appearance. I am dealing with a health issue, which causes me to feel some pain every time I move. So we're looking a little frazzled, but it's okay. So I think I covered pretty much everything that I've done over the weekend in the B-roll. So we watched some things. I participated in about half of the Saturday morning cartoons watch party. So I do need to watch a few more cartoons to get that point. And I am closing in on the end of Horns, and I'm absolutely loving it. And I definitely want to watch the movie when I'm done reading that. So I may do that this month or possibly next month, but I do want to watch it soon because I'm loving this story. Other than that, I'm just going to kind of try to take it easy, decompress, and hope this issue passes soon because I have been very uncomfortable. Thank goodness for something like Old School April where I can sit and read and watch things and get points for it without having to overexert myself. So yay for Old School April. All right, that is it for now. I will see you in next week's vlog. Hope you guys are having a fun Old School April if you're participating, and if not, it's not too late to join in on the fun. Here's to healing and finding our inner child. Until next time, cheers.